In Chapter 12, How to Ask for Support and Get It, John Gray explores why women often feel they aren't getting enough help and why men often feel they are being nagged. This chapter is essentially a guide to negotiation. Gray argues that men are not naturally mind readers and that women must learn the Martian art of asking to get the support they deserve. 1. Why women don't ask. Gray observes that on Venus you shouldn't have to ask. If someone loves you, they should see your need and offer help. Consequently, when a woman has to ask, she often feels the support is worth less because it wasn't offered spontaneously. The trap: a woman gives and gives, expecting the man to give back in return. When he doesn't, she becomes resentful. The result: by the time she finally asks for help, she does so with a tone of resentment or demand, which causes the man to say no just to protect his autonomy. 2. The 3 steps for asking for support. Gray outlines a specific progression to help women train their partners to be more supportive without triggering an argument. Step 1. Asking for what you are already getting. The goal here is to get the man used to hearing a request without it being a complaint. The technique: ask him to do things he already does, e.g., would you take out the trash, and then appreciate him for it. The logic: this builds his confidence. He starts to associate your requests with the reward of feeling successful and appreciated. Step 2. Asking for more even when you know he'll say no. This is about expanding his comfort zone. The technique: ask for something extra, and if he grumbles or says no, accept it gracefully. The logic: if he sees that he can say no without you getting angry, he feels more in charge of his choices. Ironically, this makes him more likely to say yes the next time because he doesn't feel pressured. Step 3. Assertive asking. Once a foundation of trust is built, the woman can ask more directly. The technique: state the request, then be silent. Don't provide a list of reasons why he should do it, which sounds like a lecture. The logic: silence gives him the space to process the request and realize he wants to help you. 3. The secret language of asking. Gray highlights a major linguistic difference that causes conflict: the use of could you versus would you. The Martian interpretation of could you: to a man, could you take out the trash, is a question of ability. It sounds like you are questioning his competence. He thinks, of course I can, I'm not an idiot. The Venusian request, would you. Using would or will signals a request for a favor. It acknowledges his power to choose. The result: men are significantly more likely to say yes to would you than could you. 4. Why men resist. Gray explains that when a man is asked to do something, he often goes through a brief, grumbling phase. The mistake: women often interpret this grumbling as a no or as him being mean. They then start to argue or withdraw. The reality: grumbling is just the man's way of transitioning from his own task to yours. If the woman ignores the grumble and stays pleasant, he will usually end up doing the task quite happily. 5. The 90-10 rule. Gray introduces a concept here that explains why we sometimes overreact. 90% past / 10% present. If your partner does something small and you have a massive emotional reaction, it's usually because 10% is about the current situation and 90% is about an unresolved wound from your past. The lesson: understanding this prevents you from blaming your partner for making you feel that way, and instead allows you to take responsibility for your own emotional history. Summary of effective asking. Instead of saying, try saying, why. This place is a mess. Would you help me clean the kitchen? Direct requests beat passive-aggressive hints. Could you pick up the kids? Will you pick up the kids today? Will Wood acknowledges his willingness, not his capability. I need you to. I would really appreciate it if you. Focuses on the reward appreciation rather than the duty. Key takeaway. For women, stop waiting for him to offer. Ask clearly, use would you, and be prepared to let him grumble a bit. For men, realize that when she asks for help, she isn't saying you are failing. She is giving you an opportunity to be her hero.